Watch this. Rap, real, something feel. And you know, rap, real. Who's coming with?
Señores, ¿cómo están todos ustedes? Bienvenidos sean a otra emisión más de su programa ya favorito, Entre Cheves y Consolas. Mi querido Gama, feliz jueves, bienvenido a tu programa, ¿cómo estás?
¿Qué onda, mi Felo? ¿Cómo estamos? Contento y a la vez frustrado, enojado, porque estaba echándome unos sets antes de pasar para acá. Mi conexión, como todos pudieron ver, se cayó. Estoy en una conexión alterna que tengo aquí para emergencias, por si de repente ven que se me frisea o así. Es una conexión bien básica de 30 megabits. Y pues bueno, aquí andamos, pero feliz y emocionado porque hoy tenemos una invitadaza que desde cuando quería ver si podíamos traer al programa. Estoy muy emocionado. Ay, Chuchuco, ya estás aquí, hermano, gracias. Perdona, disculpa por quedarte mal en el match, güey. Te juro que fue mi conexión, güey. Está horrible, güey. Horrible. Mi Cris, milagro que te me apareces por acá, hermano. Feliz cumpleaños. ¿Desde cuándo te quería pasar a festar en stream? Ahí estamos también. Que sea Alonso, perfecto, bien, hermano.
JC Alonso, que es de Gaming Cascajo.
Es JC.
Bueno, es de Gaming Cascajo, claro.
Gaming Cascajo, vamos a ponerle.
Sí, es Gaming Cascajo, es del team de ASA. Bienvenido, mi querido Antalonso. Siempre nos ve, mi querido Antalonso. Un abrazo al maestro, querido Ríos, y a Chuchuco, otro maestro, un maestro de la matemática complicada y la física cuántica.
Hoy vamos a tener maestra de matemática también aquí de física, que no es nada menos, ahí también es una de las cualidades de nuestra invitada ahorita que vamos a traer. Pues bien emocionado, porque la verdad, yo creo que es de esos invitados que a mí me emociona muchísimo por la carrera en la que yo me sentí nostálgico, que sentí que se recorrió a la par, en el caso de cómo creció ella en Street 4 y todo lo que fue creciendo ahí hasta ahorita, ¿no? Y pues bueno, no sé, Felo, ¿quieres que empecemos de una vez ya la introducción?
Sí, definitivamente yo también siento una gran admiración por ella. Tiene tiempo que yo generalmente sigo desde el 4, la conozco también precisamente. Yo creo que mucha gente, OG como yo, la ubica perfectamente y no sé si ella se considera como OG, quizás no, porque pues me imagino que es una persona más joven que nosotros definitivamente. Pero también muy encantado y de verdad, ahorita que le dijiste tú que tenía mucho fan en México, como que dijo, ¿a poco sí? O sea, definitivamente creo que tiene una base de fans muy importante aquí en México y pues bueno, la trajimos, aceptó la invitación Y ustedes nos disculparán, en mío, lo personal, mi pobre inglés, pero mi querido Gama va a ser mi soporte en este programa. Así que pues vamos a presentar, mi querido Gama, te la cedo a ti que nos hagas los honores.
Perfecto, muy bien. Bueno, pues compañeros, tenemos aquí a Sherry Jennings, una de las compañeras icónicas de Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, y que gracias a ella, varios de nuestros jugadores han podido ir a Estados Unidos a jugar. Sherry, welcome to Mexico.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Sherry, how are you? Welcome to Mexico. We are very, I don't know how could describes. We are very happy to have you here.
Excited,
thank
it would
you.
be the word. We're excited to have you.
Thank you for having me. And hi, chat. Hi, Chuchuko.
Chuchuko is one of your fans. It's curious because he's one of your fans, and it's one of our mathematics fans. He and I study some mathematics. We have deep respect for you because of your physics career. So you have our deepest respect there.
Thank you. I mean, like, you can't do physics without math, right? So I also love math. Math and physics, both two of my favorite subjects.
That's cool. I remember an old interview on I think it was Yahoo of all things.
Yahoo Esports?
Yeah. I felt a little old because I remember watching that interview and it felt like a very new thing, a very new stuff. And now nowadays talk about Yahoo it's like having a hotmail.com domain on your on your mail.
Hotmail, AOL.com, you know, all those old websites.
Yeah. I think can we call you an OG from Street Fighter 4? I don't know.
I believe I am an OG. Don't let other people tell you otherwise. You know, it's been more than 10 years. I
Yeah.
believe anybody who's played for more than 10 years should be able to call themselves an OG.
Yeah, you have my deep respect then on OG. Being an OG and Sea Viper fan with the character. I remember you causing me seasmo nightmares when we play some casuals over there.
It was fun times playing Viper.
Yeah. So in your I think your CFN on Street Fighter 5 is bring Viper back, no?
It's Viper, please.
Viper, please.
Basically, bring Viper back, please.
Well, Street Fighter 6, maybe.
Yeah, hope so. But you know, I gave up after Street Fighter 5. I just gave up. You know, they've broken my heart too many times.
I know. We were Shizu and I were Gen fans from Street Fighter 4 because of Shan.
Mhm.
So Capcom literally broke our hearts too. More so because on the history of Akuma, it was like, okay, he's finally dead right now, so no hopes for the future.
Yeah. Yeah, Gen was actually a pretty sick character. Like, I feel like a lot of people forgot about him.
Yeah. Even with Shan winning against Tokido on that final and that grand final, people tend to sleep on Gen. Well, OG from Alpha 3 or Alpha 2 or maybe if there is someone over there still playing Street Fighter 4.
No, there is. There's plenty of people still playing Street Fighter 4, at least in California.
I can remember the year. You know, if you can help me with that, Gamma, the final with Xian against Tokido was a sick final. Xian was like a doctor, you know.
Yeah.
He has a different way to view the game. I don't know. That's I saw that year. So that's why we love Shan. We love Shan, really. We are very, very fan of Shan. And we love Jen, actually. So in Street Fighter 5, don't appear Shen, so they broke our heart too. But what is your opinion about the Street Fighter? Bueno, no. Eso lo vamos a dejar. We wait with that 10 with the Street Fighter 5. First of all, we know Sherry. Who is Sherry, by the way?
Okay, so I think it's pretty simple. I am a Street Fighter competitor. I started in 2009 with Street Fighter 4, Now, fast forward almost 14 years later, we're now at the end of Street Fighter 5. So now I'm about to be a Street Fighter 6 competitor.
We
Yeah,
are
so
OG, really.
yeah, we
We are.
are. It's been a long time.
That's a long, long, long time. Yeah, actually. So, mi querido Gama, pues si quieres empezamos con la ronda de preguntas. Veo a Gama friseado. I see Gama like she's a GIF, maybe. No, no, it's not like a GIF because is it stop motion? I don't know.
What is? Sorry, I don't think I see it. Oh, yeah, Gamma stuck. His camera's stuck.
Gama stuck, yeah. I don't know.
At least he's stuck
Maybe
smiling.
yeah. Well, let's begin with the question. We have a lot of questions. The people here in the chat have a lot of questions. You have a lot of fans here in Mexico, as I told you, right? So we want to know how do you get into the fighting game scene? How do you love this kind of sport? Because right now it's considered like a sport, e-sport.
Mhm.
It's
Esport, yeah.
okay call it e-sport, fighting game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an esport, but yeah, it's a funny story because some people don't know this, but people always ask me this in the interviews. So how exactly did I start playing video games?
Yeah.
I actually didn't play video games growing up. I
Okay.
I was like a very competitive person. I was on the basketball team, I was on the softball team. Like I was a
Oh,
mathlete, so I competed in math. So I was like a school person growing up. And then it was until I moved to California and then I started going to college and I hung out with a lot of car people. Cars. I love cars. That's my thing. So there's a
yeah.
lot of car meets
Oh,
out here in
your Insta-
California. Yeah. And then my friends, they all played Initial D. So we went to Arcade Infinity to play Initial
Okay.
D. And it was coincidentally, there was a Street Fighter 4 tournament the same day. So
Okay.
if people don't know, Arcade Infinity is one of the legendary arcades that we had in California. It's where Mike Ross is from. It's where Kino is from. Combo Jack. Like a lot of legendary SoCal players came from Arcade Infinity.
Yeah.
So again, I was there coincidentally, and they were having a Street Fighter 4 tournament. And one of my friends, he's one of the original Blancas of SoCal, Shiggle BMX.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was a lot of people learned a lot from him from Blanca, like Blanca Tech, but he was in the tournament and he's actually a car person. And I knew him back in the day when I was like 16 and he disappeared. So when I saw him in the arcade, I was like, hey, his gamer tag Shiggle BMX. I know him as Dan Tam. So I was like, hey, Dan, what are you doing here? Long time no see. And he was telling me how he turned into a Street Fighter 4 competitor. So that's why he disappeared from the car scene because he was like a serious competitor. He was trying to get really good. And he was telling me how they were going to have an all women's tournament at Arcade Infinity called Ladies of AI. And he asked if I wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, no, I've never played fighting games before. Like, you do not want me to be a part of this tournament. He said, no, it's for fun. It's for fun. Don't worry. Like, this is how everyone gets started. So, I'm pretty
Okay.
open minded about things. So I was like, sure, teach me how to play some Street Fighter. And so I went over to his house. We went to the character select screen and he said, choose a character. Who do you want to learn? And, I didn't know anything about Street Fighter. So I didn't know who Chun
Okay.
Li was. I didn't know Cammy, Ryu, Ken, none of those characters. So everyone is on the same level to me. So I started scrolling through and that's how I found Sea Viper. Because I was like,
Okay.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, she
That's
looks so cool. And he was
yeah.
saying, no, you can't choose Sea Viper. She's too hard. And I was like, no, I want to play her. She looks really cool. I want to play her. So he said, well, I'm a Blanca player. I can't teach you how to play Sea Viper. But I have a
No.
friend named
Okay.
Cryogenics, who's the best SoCal Sea Viper player. And he
Mhm.
said he can teach you. So that's when I met Cryogenics, and then he started teaching me how to play Sea Viper. So when they entered me for the tournament, they named me Sherry Genix. And then
Okay.
that's just like the name obviously stuck. And that was in June 2009. And then Evo was 2 weeks after that tournament. And then I went to Evo for the very first time. That's when I like really saw what the community was, really saw what a real tournament is, like a major. And that's when I was like, I want to do that. I want to be on the stage in top 8 playing, competing. So since then I just stuck with it.
Yeah. That's a nice story, really. We have different programs with Goemons when with players. So it's like a same history. I think it's more or less. You know, it's like a casual. They came and know the fighting game community, and the people, the gamers, stuck in the game community. So you play Street Fighter 4. I have here my question, my notes. And then you made the jump to the Street Fighter 5.
Hmm.
How do you feel about that? Because
I hated it.
a lot of gamers hate that. But
Yeah.
how do you
I
feel? How
mean,
do you? Yeah.
so I chose Nikali. I'm usually like a
Yeah.
loyalist, right? So when I chose C Viper, I stuck with her the whole way, even though I could play other characters in Street Fighter 4. And Street Fighter 4, I like because I played the piano growing up. I actually really like
Yeah.
playing Ehon and Blanca as well. But C
Okay.
Viper was just my favorite. So when Street Fighter 5 came out, I only chose Nikali. A lot of people think I chose Nikali because he does seismos. But I actually chose Nikali because I saw his trailer, and when he activated V Trigger, he looked like a Super Saiyan. You know, his hair goes
Yeah.
all crazy and
Yeah.
stuff. So I was like, that's the character I want to play. And it just so happened that in season 1, he was actually really good.
Yeah.
And then, but even then, it was still very difficult to learn because obviously playing C Viper, she's not a traditional Street Fighter character. So, I got to super jump all over the place. I got to do flame kicks all over the place. And my
Mhm.
spacing, like it wasn't a traditional fireball, it was a seismo. So, and my
Yeah.
buttons weren't good, but I did a lot of damage. So, transitioning from C Viper to like an actual Street Fighter player, because I think Nikali is pretty much a very Street Fighter character. Like,
Mhm.
even though he doesn't have a fireball, his seismo is pretty slow like a fireball. Like he has an actual DP motion for the DP anti-air. So I had to learn how to cross cut. I had to learn how to anti-air with actual dragon punch instead of quarter circle back. And it like it changed a lot. So I feel like although I didn't really like the game, it actually taught me how to do a lot of things in Street Fighter, like whiff punishing, the frame traps and just
Yeah.
building layers
Yeah.
in the game. I feel like I didn't really have that much in Street Fighter 4 because C Viper was such a good character and she played so differently
Sure.
from the rest of the cast.
Yeah, but the Kali is a strongest character, I think. The Kali, I don't know if he has a buff or a nerf, but he's a very strong character until now. I think so.
Yeah.
Uh,
He got
not many
nerfed.
people.
Well,
Oh, really?
so
Thanks God.
well, it's not that they nerfed him specifically because
Okay.
he was so strong in season 1 because he did so much damage off V trigger activation. Okay, we're gonna get into like the nerdy stuff about this. And anti-air like jab, obviously, because he has a 3-frame jab. So he gets a
Yeah.
50-50 if you jump at him, right? They took that out of the game. They took out anti-air jab. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I didn't like anti-air jab anyways. But because they reduced the damage on V trigger activation, he lost a lot because his tool set wasn't like obviously he has technically every tool in the game because he has a DP, he has a command grab, he has like a super fireball
Yeah.
seismo game, but they're
Mhm.
all like bad versions of it. So for example, his command grab is 12 frames. So you can literally just delay jump it and then avoid command grab. You don't have to be too scared of it. So they also nerfed his back in the day, in season 1 and season 2, he used to be able to mash standing medium kick, standing medium kick, standing medium kick, which is really annoying. So because so many people complain about it, now there's more pushback on standing medium kick. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
And yeah,
Sorry,
so all his
my connection sucks.
at least you're not frozen anymore.
Yeah. It's a nightmare. I just dropped an first to three with a friend of mine on another stream previously to this stream, and it was rollbacking a lot, and it just disconnected from the internet. But I have a ping like for what it says 955 milliseconds. My ping. Okay,
Oh,
that's
that's a lot
playable.
of ping.
Yeah. That's playable, sure, for sure. More so with the Street Fighter 5 netcode, yeah.
Oh yeah. So just to answer Chuchuko, I actually played a lot of DDR growing up. I actually didn't play it for like 10 years, but last week when Just a Kid we all went to the arcade. There was DDR. I was actually playing some DDR there, and I was like, oh man, this game is really hard. I don't remember how I used to do this when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. My wife is also, it was here on the chat. She was a very fan of DDR and Pump It Up. Yeah.
Oh, Pump It Up. Yeah, I never played Pump It Up, but it looks harder than DDR, so.
Haseo, say hi.
I remember watching. I remember watching my wife dancing Dance Revolution and Pump It Up, and it was like, how the hell can you memorize all the movements of anything of the cues or visual cues? I can barely remember my B&Bs from my character. So
it becomes muscle memory. You'll like when I played DDR again, it was like kind of riding a bike. I'm a little slow in the beginning, and then I start remembering like, oh yeah, this is what I used to do.
Oh, so you played DDR with just a kid?
Yeah, last week. You know, because he was here for Capcom Cup. So me, Just a Kid, Chris CCH, Flaquito, Filipino Man, and Stupendous, we all went to round 1 arcade. And then we were just hanging out, and there was a DDR machine. And I said, hey, we should try doing this again.
Hey, I want to beat your ass up on this game, dude.
Yeah.
Sherry, talking about the Capcom Pro Tour, how do you think about that? 8 days of gaming, or high-level gaming, was a crazy.
Well, my personal opinion, I hated it. Like,
really?
I think it's really cool to have all my friends and the players around for a week, but that's because I live here. If I didn't live here, I would be very angry. Because the LCQ was on Sunday. Top 16 of the LCQ was Monday. So people who made it on Sunday, and if they have to work on Monday, they had to take off.
Yeah.
Because it was at noon on Monday, which is understandable. You know, you're competing for Capcom Cup. But if I had to fly somewhere, because I lost in the LCQ, you know, so if I flew there on Sunday and I lost, then I'd be like, dude, I'm literally stuck here for the whole week.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? So I understand other players' pain when they flew here, but luckily it was at home for me. It was only a 25-minute drive, so whatever happened, I would just go home, wake up the next day, go hang out with them again.
Yeah, Echo say, like Christy happened. That's exactly, Christy, she dropped it up the tournament, right? Because work or
because he's a teacher. So
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah, he's a teacher, so it's not like an average job where you can just say, hey, like, I'm calling off right now because of this happened. You know, he has to find a substitute teacher and all that stuff. It just didn't work out for him. He tried.
Oh, man. Was a crazy thing. Yeah, but 8 days was for we love the game and we are the viewers. That was a great thing, you know. But in the players, I think this was very tired. I suppose. I don't know. That was a crazy thing, no? Then the announcement, the final, the prize pool. How do you think about that? It's a great thing, you know. I think
the prize pool for Street Fighter 6, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, this is the biggest prize pool we'll ever see.
Yeah,
that I know of for now. Maybe there's more the next year. That'd be crazier, but yeah, I think it's exciting. Not that I get to see the money unless I start winning, but it's just like, because I know that number is already going to bring a lot of numbers, a lot of new faces, a lot of new blood into the scene, and honestly, that can only help us grow. So that is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
si tienes más preguntas, sí, porque pues ya se me acabó el inglés que tenía guardado, güey.
El inglés tenía guardado. Okay.
I spent my English, Sherry. Sorry. Now it's turn of my friend Gamma.
Yeah, I have a few questions and a few topics we want to discuss. So I will let you decide. First topic or first question?
Well, we've been answering questions, so let's do first topic.
First topic, okay. Physics. Best part of knowing how the world actually works. How does it feel to be involved on that area, on that field? How do you got that fascination for physics?
Well, I was always a math and science person growing up. And when I moved to high school in California, I actually moved here my middle year of high school. So, it's like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So I moved here my junior year and I started off in honors physics and then I did AP physics, which is college level courses of physics in high school. And maybe it's because my teacher, I had a really great teacher. He was really fun. And he would show us a lot of real life. He was also the volleyball coach. So he would show us a lot of examples of like a volleyball. Sometimes one of them was like, we would go outside and grab an egg and drop it, just to show acceleration and gravity. And I think when I went to school, so originally when I went to university or college, I wanted to become a mechanical engineer because I wanted to design engines. And halfway through that, I was like, wow, engineering is actually really boring. Engineering is a lot of just not really creativity. It's just systems and math over and over and over again. Whereas, so I kind of like switched majors. I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. So since I didn't know what I want to do with my life, I was like, why don't I just do something I really enjoyed doing, which was physics in high school. So that's when I switched over to physics. And then I started, I graduated with a physics degree. And I think it's really, really cool because when you're in high school, everybody asks this. Everybody always asks, why do I care about algebra? Why do I need to know calculus? None of this is important, And I feel like if you're not in the physics field, maybe that's the case. But when you hit the junior and senior year of physics, everything is not numbers anymore. Everything is letters. You're just doing math, a bunch of letters. But the really cool thing about it is calculus actually comes into play and you're the one that comes up with these equations. For example, my senior year, they'll give you a scenario like, example, if you're standing around this light coil and you send a current through it, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but like, what is the magnetic field of the situation? And you're like, why the hell do I need to know this? Why, what is the point of learning this or having to learn calculus? But these are like real life situations. So if you're staring at something and you're looking at this, you can actually calculate and you'll come up with all of these. Like, for example, when you come up with gravity, where the speed of light is like 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second, like it's not just memorizing anymore. You actually understand how you come up with the number. And that's the coolest part about physics. It's not memorizing anymore. You are the one who is actually figuring everything out.
Yeah, you're reasoning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very cool. Sorry, I'm getting overhyped here because I love the stuff. I love going to any physics or algebra or math, anything math related summit when I can. One of my best friends here, Chuchuco, it's a math professor also.
Oh,
So
cool. I didn't know he was a professor, but that's awesome.
yeah. He's Chuchuco, please help me here. Your degree of study because it's amazing. The guy is amazing. So how do you doctorado en inglés? ¿Cuál sería la?
He's a doctor, a math doctor, I think. That's right.
Like a PhD.
PhD. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Yeah.
He has a PhD on math. Sorry. Oh my God, my English is rusty. Yeah, he has a PhD.
Yeah.
So Chuchuco and I, we spent our nights talking about physics and math paradoxes.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but it's very funny because we hide our mobile phones on the night, and my wife in my case, my wife is like, "Who are you talking to at this late an hour?" And I prefer to say that I'm talking to another friend of mine or anything. I'm watching Tinder, anything. But if I say I'm talking at 1 a.m. about math paradoxes or physics paradoxes, it's like, man, how do I say that to my wife?
She'd understand.
I'm cheating you with math. Sorry.
So,
Well, okay, that's one of the topics. The other topic I want, and it's a bonus one because it's more of sort of a question topic,
Hmm.
is and it's a very curious one: Civic Type R or a GTO twin turbo?
You said GTO like a Pontiac?
G- yeah, no, GTO Mitsubishi GTO twin turbo.
Oh, okay. No, I still go with the Civic. There's not that many cars I would choose over the Civic.
Yeah, you're a Honda Civic, and specifically a Civic fan. You had a Civic Si previously, no?
I had the 8th gen, which was a 2009 Civic Si, and now I have a 2020 Civic Type R. So
Yeah, I have seen the pictures.
yeah, so I'm a big fan of them. I've always loved Hondas growing up, but there are a few cars out there, like for example, the Mazda RX-7 FD. If I had
Yeah.
an FD like Choco Blanca's, because she had one, she took me for a ride when I was in Japan. I would take that car. Obviously, if there's an R34, I would also take that car. You know, there's a few that I would take above the Civic Type R, but not many.
Yeah, it's a niche also. I recently got to drive a Golf R,
Okay,
Volkswagen Golf, but
yeah.
no. I will stick with the Honda on there.
Yeah, I mean, the new Corolla GR, I'd love to give it a shot. I just want to drive it around and see how it is, but because it's a competitor to the Type R, and it actually looks pretty good inside and out. So I still want to give up my Type R though. I've done a lot to my Type R, so it's very unique to me.
mira,
Yeah,
ahí
well,
tiene una pregunta, Chuchuco. What's your absolute dream car, Sherry?
please
Um,
don't say Bugatti, Bayron. Please don't
no,
say Bugatti. Thank you
no,
very much.
not even one of
I
them.
fucking hate that car.
It's it's so hard. I mean, I would take a Ford GT. I don't know. There's a lot because people ask me this question, and I'm just like, I need a garage of cars. I can't just choose one. So it's
Yeah.
like I would have a garage of dream cars. So
Okay.
obviously the ones that I've named, and then there's the NSX, of course. And I wouldn't touch the NSX. I would leave it stock. I would touch the FD. I would modify the FD. R34, maybe just wheels and suspension. Wouldn't do much to it. Uh, but yeah, like a Lotus, like the Lotus Elise. I would drop a K series
Mhm.
motor in there. So there's like a lot. I don't know. There's a lot that I would do. I can't just settle on one. But if it was like a very expensive exotic car, I don't know. I would take a Ford GT.
Okay.
4GT. Okay, the 4GT it's a very good choice. I think it's the only American I would drive
Yeah, I do
on
like
these days.
I did like the Dodge Viper ACR.
Oh, okay. That's a sweet pick, but
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
that, and then obviously there's some Corvettes, but I wouldn't choose a
No.
Corvette over any of the other American cars that I said.
Oh, a Corvette. I don't know. Corvette. I think Corvette. My favorite Corvettes are the classic ones, but nowadays
Well, so there's
no.
there's like the older ones, like the 66s and stuff.
Yeah,
Would not choose that over. Like if I had to choose one American car with any budget, it would be the Ford GT.
the
And
66
then
was the one with the Stingray version, the Stingray, but with the how do you say how do you say that in English? Over the tires, the how do you say cómo se dice guardafangos en inglés? Um,
Guardafangos. No tengo idea de lo que es un guardafangos.
let me search it here because I think I'm mistaking the I confusing the 66 Stingray with the 71 because it was a whole line, a whole generation change from one to the other.
yeah, so the 66 and all that, that's a classic one where it looks like I think what's it called? Stingray?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
the
that's a
66 is
Stingray.
Stingray. Yeah, I'm watching here right now. Yeah, it's a Stingray. Oh man, it's beautiful.
Por ahí tenemos varias preguntas para Sherry. We have a lot of questions for you, Sherry, in the chat. Vamos
Okay.
a preguntarle a
Okay.
Sherry, obviamente, de la escena, qué opina de la escena mexicana y todo eso, mi querido Abel. Tenemos, pues, ahí unas ciertas preguntas que vamos a querer, obviamente, compartir con ustedes. Pero, mira, ahí Abel tiene una pregunta que pues ya la teníamos un poquito más, si quieres, mi quiero Gama, más avanzadita, porque una de las preguntas que teníamos precisamente era lo que preguntaba Abel, ¿cómo es que Sherry veía a la comunidad, o más o menos, no a la comunidad, sino a la competencia, a los jugadores mexicanos, cómo ella los percibía desde su trinchera?
Okay, so Abel here is asking, how do you see the FGC community over there? I mean, you have helped a lot with
Yeah.
the visa training, which also you made. I think you name it the e-travel pass. Yeah, right, no?
E-Fight Pass. So E-Fight Pass is a
E-Fight pass.
visa
Yeah,
program. E-Travel Pass
yeah.
is the like travel help, like tips on what to do,
Okay.
what to eat when you're in the area for the tournament. I'm reworking that. Yeah, that's the Stingray.
Yeah. Sorry, just wasn't letting that go. Let it that go. So, how do
Okay.
you think of the Mexican community of the FGC Mexican community?
Yeah.
Do you have
So I've been
any?
to Mexico, I think 3 times now. I've been to Mexico City, I've been to Monterrey, and I've been to Guadalajara.
Mm.
I forgot for what I know Thunderstruck is Monterey. I don't remember what the name of the tournaments were for the other two. If they were also Thunderstruck and it just moved. I don't remember.
Coliseo, I think. Guadalajara was Coliseo.
Yeah, it was
Coliseo versus.
Coliseum.
I don't remember. It was
Coliseo.
Street Fighter 4 though.
Yeah. It was Coliseo versus, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Monterrey. So, yeah, we know Thunderstruck is from here.
Yeah,
So,
in fact, he's one of the founding members of Thunderstruck Thunder Tournament.
Really? Okay. I mean, Thunderstruck is
yeah,
really fun.
yeah, really, really fun. A lot of years. So, the question really is how do you see Latin America is seen? Because we saw Mena, you know,
Yeah.
he is a great competitor. He has a great player. So, do you think we have that potential here in Mexico? You know Mexico right now, so
Yeah, of course. So I think what's so beautiful about the FGC is like obviously if you're from the USA, you get so much limelight, you get a lot of like opportunities and stuff. But just MENA is a prime example of you don't have to be part of the USA or Japan or Korea or Europe to like rise up and show the level of skill that you have. And the what I love about Latin America, like from Mexico to even like Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, like South America, a lot of these smaller places that don't have as much opportunities, I feel like they only live because the community there is so passionate. So there's a lot of pride, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of love for fighting games when I go to Latin America. And they're very welcoming. I always tell people because I started traveling a lot in 2019, towards the end of 2018 to 2019, right before the pandemic hit. Like every country that I've been to so far, like in Latin America and South America, they're just so friendly and so welcoming. And even though I can't speak any Spanish, or even when I went to Brazil, I couldn't even speak any Portuguese, like because we all play Street Fighter, like everybody just it's a lot of love. It's a lot of support for each other. And that's the best part to me about this literally what a community is. So they took care of me when I'm out there. So to me, it's just like, why wouldn't I do my best to also like try to take care of them? So I have a lot of love for the community, especially from Latin America. They're just all these small pockets of great people everywhere.
Okay, that's very very appreciated here.
yeah.
Um, we honestly have no words for everything you have done for us. I mean, for Sebastián El Tigre, for Uriel with the E-Fight Pass,
Anya,
being able for them to Anya, also Anya. I think I have something here that may ring some bells. It was very cool to actually watch these guys here. Let me put it on the screen. Oh damn it! Okay,
Yeah, that picture.
yeah,
I love that picture.
Yeah, I love it too. Even the styles. You were like
Yeah.
on a chunli pose. Yeah, I remember. I remember I was talking with Sebastian after that. He was very how do you say astonished would be the word, the correct word, because he was like he couldn't believe all the stuff that was happening so fast those years. Nowadays he's a father. He's
Yeah.
on a semi-retired retirement phase because of being a father recently. So I understand. I'm we also here Shizu and I are both fathers,
Okay.
so I understand the how do you say that, the one and two of being a father is you can get for example a racing car again. I now watch how many things I can put on the trunk, so instead of unlocking the motor. So it's weird, but thanks to you, Anya and Sebastian, and recently Uriel, um, we're able to go there and play and compete. So it really means a lot to everyone here that someone
Yeah.
over there is keeping an eye on anything like that. I mean, not everyone is going to pass all the how do you say that, bureaucracy of the visa, because it's a nightmare of bureaucracy over anything with that. So I have no words how to say. How can I thank you from the bottom of my heart?
Just
Really.
having me here. Yeah, just don't change. Yeah. I think, like I think it's cool that I've met all these people. And this program only happened because everybody was so nice to me. Obviously, if I traveled and people were assholes to me, I would be like, "Well, fuck you guys too," But everybody was just so welcoming and they were willing to help. So it's just like if
Yeah.
I can do that, if I can help, why not do the same?
Well,
Yep.
Chichuko has another question. Chichuko say, what would you say we need to improve to become a super strong scene in terms of winning more constantly?
Consistently.
Yeah.
Bueno, eso.
Yeah, great question. I mean, like, I do think you guys already have a pretty strong scene. As you can see, it's not easy to make it into Capcom Cup and even do well. Like, if you look at the paper results, sure, like it doesn't look like you guys did well, but I watched it in person. Like, it wasn't free. Uriel put up a fight, so I think it's just difficult because when to become really good, obviously you need a lot of resources. You guys need a lot of dedication and time. That's not
Yeah.
that's what makes it hard to begin with for Latin American countries because you guys don't have a lot of resources. So the fact that Mena was able to win the whole damn thing is just it's incredible. Like it's not
Yeah.
just this guy sat at home and just practiced all day. He did everything he could do to win and he did it. So you guys already have a strong scene, you guys just have to keep progressing and doing what you guys are doing. I don't think you guys need to necessarily do anything different. Like with community leaders will bring more spotlight, will bring more resources and like just running Thunderstruck and Thunderstruck has always been part of the CPT, so you have a lot of international players traveling to compete as well. Just having that is bringing resources to you guys because now you guys have access to like international players. And again, this whole e-fight program only happened because you had Thunderstruck. That's where I met El Tigre.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think you guys need to do anything different. I think as things become more accessible, Street Fighter 6, hopefully the netcode is incredible. I think that just gives more shine to people that didn't have the opportunity to do it before. And then I hope that corporate companies can recognize that and say, hey, this guy, small town guy, hopefully he can step in and like, you know, just bring more spotlight to the community and help out more. And hello. Oh,
Estás
muted.
muteado.
Estás
Hola,
muteado,
buenas
mi querido.
noches, perdón.
Adelante. Hey, please introduce you to Sherry, please.
Hola, Sherry.
Hola. ¿Qué pasó?
Ah, güey.
¿Qué hubo?
So, what are we talking about? I'm sorry. Super late. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
No, I
We are
apologize to
talking
you.
about the improvement to
You have
the fighting
improving the
game
Mexican
scene.
scene. The
Yeah.
very thing you were talking about earlier on your stream. He was the guy I was on the other stream that I accidentally dropped. I didn't rage quit. I swear I didn't. I didn't rage quit. It was my connection. It sucks. It sucks nowadays. But he was talking on the beginning of his stream. Just to put you up to date, Sherry. He was talking about just that thing about improving the Mexican scene, because we are like on how do you say it? How do you can put it
Stuck.
on
Stuck.
castle words? It's a stock. No, we're on a clutch phase, I think, because like Sherry said, we have some players that have compete on Capcom Cup. We are on the map for saying something. We are on the map, but we don't know how to improve that being on the map to actually win. So that step is like a clutch phase. I if I can use a
Yeah.
racing term.
I mean, like, to become a winner, you're in a very small percentage to begin with, right? There's literally only one winner. So I think as time goes on, there's always, like, for example, Ending Walker literally came out of nowhere, right? Like,
Mhm.
there's just a kid online. All of a sudden, he's 16 years old. Oh, yeah, he's really good online. Let's see how he actually does offline against really good people. And he
Yeah.
did perfectly fine. He was really, really good.
It was
And
really good.
yeah, and this is just his first year. So it's like, I it's hard to say that like you guys need to do something, because like, with the online tournament, the online circuit is where you get players like even Zun come out. I know everyone pronounced it as Zen. People told me his name is actually pronounced Zun, like in Chinese.
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere, and that came from online play. So I think it's just everybody will start recognizing. Like, for example, Ending Walker, he could win and nobody could talk about his win, and then he wouldn't be where he is now, like with sponsorships and whatever, right? He kept winning the European circuits, but the European like community kept hyping him up. They kept saying, this kid is the future. This guy is winning everything. He's godlike, and blah, 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 blah. So then us here in America, they're like, is this kid really that good? Or is Europe just like hyping them up? We don't really know, but we know his name now because they keep talking about him. So that's one thing that like the community can do, is just when you guys find that talent, you guys help that talent prosper. You guys kind of, it's like a plant. Give him sunlight, give him water, and make sure he can grow and be as big as he can possibly be, because you know that there's potential there.
I think I
Yeah.
agree on that. 8? Any thoughts on that?
I think I was like rambling a bit in the stream. De hecho, estuve platicando con todos ustedes de lo que pienso de la comunidad de México. So I think it's like a really broad subject, especially in Mexican FGC, that we have, I think it's like a cultural thing, and also like it embraces more aspects to it. It's a little interesting, but I think like to sum it up, I think that the Mexican community needs fresh players, fresh, like more youthful players with other mindset, because it's such a small community that we have, and we have such a older audience that it's really difficult to change someone's mind and someone's perspective. It's definitely doable, but I think it's really tricky.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can kind of look over like as Japan does it, because obviously Japan has a lot of older players that are incredibly good. Sako, Momochi, Daigo, Bonchan, literally all of them, right? Like Momochi, I think he did a wonderful thing by starting his own dojo. So that is literally where Kawano came from. This kid that's winning Evo, he was Momochi's student. So you guys have a lot of older players, but the players that are in Mexico are incredible. Like, you guys have Kusanagi, you guys also have Bala. Like, you guys have a lot of like some of the best in the world. And I'm not saying it's their responsibility, but it's totally up to them if they want to be like, hey, you're a younger player, let me teach you. They can have their own programs, they can have their own classes. It's really up to them. But another thing that Japan does is like they have a house where they all play each other. Like, they live in it. Like Fudo, I don't know if Kendevu still lives there, Bonchan, they all go to that house to practice all the time. And when they see a player that's up and coming, like usually obviously young talent, they'll invite that player over, and then they start playing with that person. So it's just like being open. being open to teaching, being open to
Mhm.
learning for the kid. So that's something that you guys could do out there. Because I think there's going to be a lot of young talent that comes in, especially during Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I think that definitely will happen, and I am very hopeful. Choose hope.
Choose hope. Choose EX hope. So I have let me check the chat because there was another. You mentioned another question, Shizu. What do you say we need to improve?
Shuko
No.
hizo la pregunta de cómo se visualiza a Sherry en 20 años.
Yeah,
Oh,
here
20
it is.
years. Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself not competing anymore. A lot of people ask me this because, it's actually been a while. And I think fighting games is the one thing where people don't necessarily fall off unless they want to. I think that's a prime example of, like, again, the OGs like Tokido and them. They're all much older than me. Okay, I'm not gonna say much older. They're all older than me, but they're
I
still
will say
doing.
you tell them old.
Yeah, they're just older than me, not much older, but they're all doing really well. Obviously, Tokido's still a goat, like the goat of Street Fighter 5. Now it's Meta, but Tokido had a really good run, and Street Fighter 6 is coming back. So, like, you have Justin Wong coming back, Filipino champ, Ricky. They've all said that they're so excited to play the game, and I'm very sure they're going to do really well. So I don't see myself not competing for a very long time. I just need to kind of catch up with everyone.
Well, you recently went to Japan, right? With I think Justin Wong too.
Yeah. I mean, Justin was coincidence. I planned the trip by myself. It was just a coincidence. Justin went there to surprise me, but he was going just for fun. So
You are
I was like, hey,
surprised.
he's Japan too. Yeah. So I'm actually, Evo Japan is coming up. I'm hoping to go to that as well, end of next month. So Street Fighter 5, there's only 2 tournaments left. There's Evo Japan and Combo Breaker.
Okay, so it was like a very funny coincidence that he was there too.
Well, so I went by myself, and then a friend of ours, Noel Brown, said he was going to go too. So we all went, and we were all staying in the same hotel. So it's just a funny story because, the elevator door opens. Justin is sitting with a mask on the couch, and I look at him, and I was like, why does that look like Justin Wong? And I kept walking, and I'm looking at him because he has a mask on, so I'm not sure. So I just say, Justin? And he said, surprise! Oh no, we lost Gama.
Wow.
But that's how Justin surprised me in Japan.
Bueno, tenemos más preguntas, creo, por ahí también de la gente. Creo que por ahí se volvió a caer Gama, mi querido Ed Gray. Gama se ha caído. No, ya regresó.
I'm here again.
Welcome
I'm
back.
I'm really
Estás de
hating
regreso.
my connection right now. I really. Can you hear me right?
We can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Please repeat that part because I was overhyping myself when you said Justin.
Yeah.
I saw in my mind someone across the hall was shouting, "Let's go, Justin!"
Yeah, I was just like, Justin, and he said surprise, and I was like, oh my god, it is Justin. And then he was like, yeah, I told Noel not to tell you I'm coming, but yeah, so it was really fun. We ate a lot in Japan. We didn't go there for a tournament or anything. We went to an arcade for fun. I played Street Fighter 4. He played Third Strike and ST. So it was good times.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that arcades are not doing as well as they used to. Are they? What's happening in Japan?
Yeah, I think some of the bigger arcades closed down. I think Big One is the one that I went to. That's the one that's like it was a small arcade. It's not one of those big arcades. Big One is like specific for fighting games. So they had like ST, Third Strike. They also had Street Fighter 5, but nobody was playing there. So that was really cool to see. But yeah, a lot of their bigger ones are dying because obviously everything's moving online now. They're not really doing arcade support. They're doing console support and PC support only. So it's pretty sad to see. So Big One was really refreshing to go to and play there.
Yeah, I see. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so first, thank you for coming to the show. You're probably like really busy, so thank you from all the Mexican community. I think that's pretty cool, and I think that will help a lot to bring more people to bring people more content. So thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Okay, I have I think like I'm interviewing more so on the racing stuff and the physics stuff aside
hmm
the gamer phase, but race simulators. How real do they truly feel?
So there's only a few. I think there's two. Like so iRacing and Assetto Corsa are the famous ones, and iRacing is super legit. It just doesn't have all the tracks. So the track that I go to is Button Willow. It's crazy to me that they don't have the track because they have all the other tracks. So Button Willow is like our time attack track out here. A lot of the finals are hosted there, but they don't have it on iRacing. They do have it on Assetto Corsa though. So it helps. It kind of they actually work pretty well. Like you might not feel the G-force, you might not feel the speed that you would feel when you're actually going in the car, but the numbers are real. So it's like the speed that you can take, and then you can customize the grip on the tires, you can customize the brakes, you can customize suspension and like the rebound and all that. It's really cool. So it all of that actually applies to real life. The only hard part is actually doing it in real life when you're feeling the car like actually going that fast.
That's okay. So you could say that they really help you if you can for training
Yeah.
on before a real race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because for example, Circuit of the Americas, there's a race that's happening there in like 2 weeks that I'm going to. I'm not competing because
Ah,
I'm not ready to compete there yet. It's an F1 track. So my friends are competing. I'm gonna go out and support. But I initially was going to race there. So my friends were like, come over to my house. They have a simulator. And it helps because obviously I can't go to Texas. It's in Texas. I was like, I can't go there to practice. So the only way to practice is to do it through the simulator. And the most help it helps with that is just seeing it's like you're seeing the track. So you understand the turns, you know what turn is coming up, what's turn 1, what's turn 2, how to take it. So that actually helps a lot. So you don't go onto the actual track and be like, what the hell is turning? I can't see what's coming up soon. So yeah, it actually does help a lot.
yeah, you can get it to get some certain familiarity with the race with the track
Exactly.
because like you said, it's not like, oh my god, after this curve, what happens next?
Yeah,
Do I steer up? Do I shift down?
exactly.
What the hell do I do?
Yeah.
¿Ya platicaron del tráiler de Street Fighter?
No, iba justo a por favor, tu pregunta adelante. Y antes que eso, Renato, un saludo, hermano. Mi Poncho también saludos.
What do you
Adelante.
thought about the new Street Fighter 6 trailer? And what's your favorite character so far?
It was
I'm
pretty
quite
hype.
thankful.
Their trailer drops have actually been pretty good. So out of the 3 that dropped today, obviously I would never play Zangief, so that was just out of the question. But Lily actually looks really cool, and I swore that I would never play Cammy, but they actually made her look really cool in the trailer today. So Lily looks a little slow, but she has really long normals because she has little tomahawk things that she's
Yeah.
holding. So I was like, okay, she has good range and she's a grappler, so she's pretty interesting. I don't know if she moves fast enough for me though. So who I initially wanted to play was Kimberly. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think she does enough damage for me. I want a character like Viper again. So I want Glass Cannon. I want someone that does a lot of damage. I don't care if she has a little health, but I want her to be fast and shitloads of damage. That's what I want in a character.
Oh, you want Akuma on again?
No, I
Akuma's
think that
okay. I don't think I would play Akuma.
definitely I think we need Viper for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that character that is my only female character that I really really like or really enjoy playing. I think she had it all. She was very versatile.
Yeah, she's super versatile, and there's like an execution thing. So it's just like if you could hit that combo in game, you would feel so good about yourself. Like Macaulay combos are just standing medium kick, crouch, strong, slash. Like it's just 3 hit combos. It's not that cool. I don't think there's a lot of cool combos in Street Fighter 5 to begin with.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that Street Fighter 6 like allows us to have 1 frame links or something back or cancels.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think
that is pretty interesting. What do you think about the skill gap that they want to obviously lower a little bit just to make it more
I think
appealing
it's
to
stupid.
younger audience? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Because
I wanna
I
hear
mean,
that.
obviously they tried to do it with Street Fighter 5, and I think it messes it up because it's like the top players will always be the top players, and then the lower tier players, they'll always be frustrated when they lose, right? So I don't think lowering the skill gap doesn't help. It just frustrates the top tier, the top level players.
I
So
agree on that.
how about we don't do that? And whoever wants to stick around, sticks around. Like, I don't think you can make a fighting game that easy. Like, that's what made all these like Evo moments. That's like
Yeah.
the whole thing between just obviously Evo moment 37. That only was that crazy because it wasn't an easy thing to do back in the day when you didn't have practice mode. You didn't have training mode. The only way you could practice doing that was in the arcade. So it's just like these moments happen because of the difficulty of these situations. So when you take that away, it's just not that cool anymore. So I feel like Street Fighter V actually doesn't have that many hype moments. Like when
I
a
think so,
character
too.
comes back in Street Fighter V, I'm just like, whatever. That's literally what this character was built for. Like when
V-Trigger is gonna pop off at some point, and
yeah,
it will be a
and if you survive it, that was the cool part. But
Yeah.
if you die, but if you die through Aegis or you die through a Laura V-Trigger, I'm just like, okay, that's just how the game is. It's
Can
not
we
that cool.
Can we quote here our friend Brian F. with "Respect the Stones"?
Yeah, you gotta respect the stones.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite American player?
Tricky question.
I mean, I feel
Myself
like it's
and
kind
why?
of a cop out because like the easiest answer is probably my answer, which is like Punk, because when I watch him play, there's never a moment where I'm just like, why would he do that? Because he makes the correct decision so many times, it's actually unbelievable. So, I mean, that's what made him such a strong player, right? I mean, CJ Truth is also very hype when I watch him play because I don't know if it's because Cammy just popped up on the screen, but CJ, you can't jump on CJ. His hit confirms are ridiculous. It's just, yeah, but I mean, Idom's pretty cool too, but mainly because I think Idom's a very nice, sweet guy, so I would love to see him win. But yeah, he plays Laura, so I can't really support that.
Okay. I think it's also one who gets in the same basket, right? I mean, the guy can confirm from jab, so it's really astonishing to actually watch someone confirm something from a jab. But
Yeah.
the thing that he plays Laura is like, okay, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hate the character with my guts.
I
Sorry.
hate Laura. I absolutely hate Laura. I think she's
Thank you.
I hate that she exists, but
I
that's
feel
what they
you.
wanted Street Fighter V to be. She's literally the definition of Street Fighter V.
Yeah, that's it. It's a character that gets his resources once she gets his resources. All the damage she dealt before, it's like well, it was free damage because when V-Triggers pops, it's my game.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
good luck.
Good luck surviving this.
Yeah.
How
Thunderclap
do
and game over.
you ended up playing Street Fighter?
Oh, that's funny. Well, we actually talked about it earlier, so I won't go into the full story. But
Oh, okay.
basically, I never played video games growing up, and then a friend of mine, I went to an arcade to play Initial D, and there was a Street Fighter 4 tournament going on, and one of my old childhood friends, well, I want to say childhood, but I was like 16 at the time when I met him, Shiggle BMX, he's known as Shiggle BMX in the FGC world, but he's a car guy, so we called him Dan Tam because his name was Daniel Tam. He was playing Street Fighter 4, and he was telling me there was like a all-women's tournament, and they're supposed to find a woman to mentor. So he asked if I wanted to be that person, and I was like, no, I don't play fighting games. Like, I've never played it. You don't want me to be your representative. And he said, no, it'll be for fun. It'll just be for fun. So he introduced me to cryogenics because cryogenics was the original SoCal Sea Viper player. So when I chose Sea Viper, cryogenics became my mentor. And that's how I got my name, Sherry Jennings.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And then I competed in that tournament, got destroyed, and then went to Evo for the first time. And that's kind of when I saw the whole community for what it was, like, because it was Evo. There was Japan, there was East Coast, there was West Coast, there was like the Puerto Rico. That's how, I don't know if you guys know the story of how PR Balrog got his name.
No.
You guys know that story?
The PR is not from Puerto Rico?
Puerto
He is from
Rico.
Puerto Rico, but so he didn't
Yeah.
give himself that name. Um,
Oh,
he
okay.
used to be called Scrub. That was his gamer tag, Scrub, and his sponsor was VVV. So I don't know if you guys remember VVV. So his full
Yeah.
tag was VVV Scrub. Like he was
Okay.
really good. Yeah. So when he went to Evo, everybody was just like, yo, there's this Balrog from Puerto Rico. There's this Puerto Rican Balrog that's really, really good. So everybody kept saying, yo, this
And he's
Puerto
a
Rican
scrub.
Balrog, this Puerto Rican Balrog. So then everybody was just like, oh, that's PR Balrog. And he just kept the name. So he moved from Scrub to PR Balrog.
That's a good upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's a very
that was
good
at Evo.
upgrade. From a scrub to be a PR Balrog, I think you can get you can get you can vouch on that.
Yeah.
So, what character besides Viper are you looking forward for Street Fighter 6?
I don't know. So
And
I
why
looked
Akuma?
at well, I don't know about all that, but yeah, there's just Kimberly looks fun. Manon looks kind of I could possibly play her. So Lily's someone I could possibly play. Now then there's the rest of like their leaked roster. I need to see the like gameplay to kind of really know. None of them look fast enough. Kimberly looks like the fastest. So I just want a really fast character that just does things with a
Didn't
lot
you
of damage.
feel with Kimberly something weird because at the beginning with all the mix-ups and all the Bushin Ryu stuff, I swear to God, I thought she was going to be a glass cannon,
Hmm.
but the damage output is really low.
Yeah.
At least I felt like on the beta 1 and beta 2, it was like, why does the damage is so low on a character that has low
Yeah, I
health?
mean, she's like a heavy mix-up character for sure. But yeah, I want more damage. Like, so when the beta, because I actually got into the second beta, I tried Ryu, and Ryu hits like a truck. So
Yeah,
I was like, God damn, the damage that he does is ridiculous. But
he looks dope.
yeah, but Ryu is just I told myself I would never play one of like the classic characters. I will always play a new character. So
Okay.
I don't count C Viper as a classic character. She's still not classic. She's not on the OG roster.
A little ironic considering the t-shirt you have right now.
I know, but this is just to support Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
I'm supporting the Hellfire Club, but okay.
From Stranger Things. I have that
Yeah.
shirt too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a very big fan. So
What's your favorite bubble tea flavor?
Okay. So, if it's actual boba, right? So this right here is a famous place called the Alley. It's from Taiwan, but we have it in my area. It's
Okay.
brown sugar boba. And it's the best brown sugar boba you're ever going to have. So this actually doesn't have tea in it. Usually boba is milk tea with boba, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is straight milk, but then the brown sugar is infused into the boba. And then
Oh
they
my
just
God.
put the boba at the bottom, put the milk on top, and you shake the whole thing and you get brown sugar milk with boba. So this is my favorite boba. But I actually don't drink that much boba to begin with. When I go to a tea place, I usually get honey chrysanthemum tea. Chrysanthemum tea is my favorite.
Oh yeah. Oh, geez. Now I'm
Okay, I
hungry.
see.
No, I think like we switched from our stream to some of the. Do you know Arlith from Twitter?
Arlieth?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah?
local to here too. Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know why, because we are both Third Strike fans, but I always happen to say the same thing. I enter his stream and we end up talking about food and
Mhm.
and desserts.
Yeah.
So I ended up like, if I enter to your stream, first of all, I'm gonna order some pizza or I'm going to order something because I end up hungry after I'm talking with him. So right now it's happening the same stuff right now because now I want some bubble tea. I have ironically here like 4 blocks from here. I have a 24-hour boba tea place.
Okay.
It's
I
weird
mean,
because
everybody deserves boba in their life, so
yeah, and 24 hours with donuts, it's a good choice. When they open, they
Good
ask
choice.
me, good choice, yeah. Who who is gonna ask for a boba tea or a donut at 1 or 2 or 3 a.m.?
A lot of people do. I mean, at least
Yeah.
in my area, a lot of our boba places close really late.
Wow,
Okay.
that's amazing. I have another question. ¿Ya le preguntaron cuáles son sus planes para Street Fighter? No quiero volver a preguntar la pregunta.
No hemos preguntado cosas para Street Fighter. Preguntamos de qué haría, o sea, cómo se veía ella jugando, pero no cuáles son para Street Fighter, pero podríamos unirla con el hecho de que preguntó por el Chuchuco también si quería comentar.
Do you have any future plans for the fighting game in general, just like Street Fighter, like commentating, for example, or just, champion of the universe? I don't know.
Champion of the universe. But no, like some people have asked me to do hosting and like commentating, which I don't really mind doing, but I tell everyone that like being a player has always been number one to me. Like I feel like I'm not even close to where I want to be as a player, so that will always come first. And the thing is, if you want to commentate, it kind of takes away your experience as being a player, because now you actually have to work when you are trying to focus on playing. So I would do it if I wasn't for some reason playing in that tournament. But if I am playing in the tournament, I will always want to be a player. Playing comes first.
Okay. Player first.
Everything else
Commentating
second.
everything else second. Okay.
Sherry, what do you think about this year for the fighting game scene? You see a good year for the fighting game scene?
Well, yeah. Well, mainly because Street Fighter 6 is coming out, right? So I think this Evo is going to be ridiculous for Street Fighter. Same thing for CEO. CEO is the first Street Fighter 6 tournament. So I think it's going to be gigantic numbers. I don't know how sustainable it is, but a lot of people are going to come out and play. I can say that. So it's going to be fun because it's going to be fun again.
And the top 6 in Evo, you say it's okay? Top 6?
No, I think it's a terrible idea, but
yeah.
I understand logistically that like it's difficult, that they want so many games on the main stage, so they had to bring it down to top 6. But I think it's really dumb that like there's more money now. Why wouldn't it extend to top 16 payout versus backwards, where now it's only top 6 payout?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Me neither. It's going backwards over there.
Yeah.
There's another question from Chuchuko. How do you feel about the beta being cracked and people already being super good at it?
Yeah. I
The
mean,
beta's been cracked? No way.
No way. We didn't know. Let me close this window
I'll be
over
back.
here.
you know,
Let me close my Steam.
I mean, like, obviously, if we lived in an ideal world, everybody would start at the same time. Everybody would learn at the same time. But I think we just have to face the reality of the situation, is that there are people smart enough out there that's going to crack the beta, and the people that have the opportunity to get it are just going to start off like at a higher level per se. But even though that's an unfair advantage, like that's indisputable, I think eventually that fades out. I think that's like a very clear sign, as you can see, like throughout the years as they progress, like the people that put in the time and work will always be the people on top. It'll never be people that like, quote unquote, got an advantage. It's the people that will put in the hard work that'll shine in the end.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. It's weird because if you think about it, I mean, this was obviously not a legal way to gain an advantage, but there is also, for a lot of games nowadays, the early access, which if you pay for a premium version of the game, you have early access to the game, so you can grind earlier than anyone else. So I think that's also a disadvantage for a competitive gaming scene. Right?
I mean, it sucks, but like, I don't know, like it only brings me back to like Street Fighter 4, where Japan got it early because they had the arcade version, and then America had to wait months until they got the like version we could actually play. So, I don't know. It sucks, but I don't really know how you can prevent that from happening.
No, y además si hay $1,000,000 en la mesa,
Sí, es más,
difícil.
sí, ahora sí hay lana de por medio. I love that I'm trying to be polite about the things I'm saying, and, and Sherry just go, yeah, it sucks.
If you
I-
could
Another,
go to one tournament,
yeah,
only one, which one would it be and why?
Oh,
why
that's
Thunderstruck?
crazy. It wouldn't be Evo. It used to be Evo. Maybe it was if it was Evo back in the day. I think Evo's gotten so big where it's like it doesn't feel like a tournament anymore. It feels like a convention. Like
yeah.
I don't see like Evo back in the day. But this is maybe because I'm old, I'm like reminiscing about the good days. But when it was
About the
Street Fighter 4 and
nostalgia.
Marvel, those were the best years for me. Like those, especially at Evo. Like there was no stadium. You'd have to pay to go to Sunday. Like you just show up, you find a spot on the floor, you find a spot on the seats, and you watch. And you could side bet. You can walk around, ask who likes who, and you get as much money as you want in the crowd. Like it was really fun. And you can't do that at Evo anymore because it's stadium seating now. Oh, you're put in the premium seats, so you can't walk up there. If you're up there, you can't walk down to the premium seats on the floor. It's just I'm glad esports is a thing. I just don't like that part about esports. So it kind of takes me to like Combo Breaker. I think Combo Breaker would be it for me. Like CEO is obviously a very close contender. I also like CEO. I don't like Daytona, so that doesn't help CEO. Combo Breaker, however, still has that feeling where it's like everyone's in one gigantic ballroom. There's multiple games going on, but you can watch like all the different games. And on the finals day, it's the same thing. It's just seats, and you don't have to pay to sit anywhere. You just go and sit wherever you want with your friends.
Was the Capcom Cup like that this time? Or it was
Capcom
more
Cup,
like
you had
Evo?
to pay. You did not.
Ah,
You didn't have to pay to sit somewhere. You just had to pay an entrance fee, which I
ah,
guess
okay, okay.
that makes sense because it's an event.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of
But-
the LCQ, but I think maybe because it's COVID. So during the LCQ, if you weren't playing in the pool, you couldn't be in the room. You had to sit in a separate room and watch the stream on a television.
Okay, that
So
sucks.
you kind of lose that like.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like a tournament to me. I felt like I was just like no one was paying attention. I'd rather be at home watching Netflix than like watching the stream and everybody's playing in the room next to me. So I didn't really like that feeling. But again, maybe I'm just old. And I'm like, I don't like what these new guys are doing.
But maybe sure you saw in passing the time the Evo was more like a tournament for the community. I think so. Not like a business because right now it feels like it's a business tournament. You know.
But you know, Evo's just growing, So Evo is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think it's hard to have the expectation to keep it as what it was before. Because it's nowhere at the level that we were at before. Like now we have an artist alley. There's like big corporate sponsorships coming through. Like back in the day, it was like a Mad Cat sponsorship. Maybe like one or two. Now we have like Chipotle sponsoring us. We have like a lot of people outside the community sponsoring us. So, they have to make it a show. They have to make it feel very like professional.
It's like cultural things, I think so.
Mhm.
Tenía ahí una pregunta, la de Marvel, mi querido Gama,
Sí,
Abel.
la de Abel, justamente. Who is your favorite to
win Marvel?
Win at Marvel this year, and why is Justin Wong?
I mean, so it's funny because when they announced Marvel, I hit up a whole bunch of my friends. I was like, dude, they just announced Marvel. Like, are you excited? So the problem is a lot of Marvel players want to play Street Fighter 6. And there's $1 million in Street Fighter 6. So a lot of them are like, do I spend my time focusing on Marvel for 25,000 or do I spend my time focusing on Street Fighter 6 because it's a new game and there's a lot of money in Street Fighter 6. So I don't know what people are going to do. I don't know what they're going to practice. Also, I haven't really kept up with the Marvel scene. So like last time Ryan LV won and like I wouldn't have expected that. To me, like the gods of Marvel have been like Chris G, Justin, F Champ, those people. So and like Ray Ray. They just did a Marvel tournament at Frosties and Ray Ray got 9th. Like what the hell? Who the hell beat Ray Ray? Same thing as like Duel Kevin. He also got ninth. I'm like, how are you guys getting ninth? You guys are people that I think would win the whole tournament. So I don't know who's gonna win. Like my guesses are people that have been dominating like 10 years ago. So I feel like I'm old. I'm not up to date with the Marvel scene. I just know that the Marvel game is ridiculous. So I would love to watch it again.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Gama, no sé si quieras empezar con la actividad para no quitarle más tiempo a nuestra querida Sherry. Mi querido Gio, tenemos una actividad con Sherry, o bueno, con el programa, que es enseñarle enseñar algunas fotos y que nos diga pues, lo primero que le viene a la mente.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Sí, yeah, the dynamic. We told you before we're going on the stage. We will put a picture on the screen. The first thing that comes to your mind, just spell it
Okay.
out.
Les mando mi foto, mándala.
Yeah, please send it. Okay, let me share the screen again.
A mi WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, that's my girl.
Okay.
I mean, I've never seen that picture of her actually, so that's a pretty good picture of her.
Yeah.
But yeah, great memories, great times. Wish they would bring her back.
Totally on that, except for Hercismo. Hercismo canceling was a nightmare.
I know, but it's not easy to do. So you know.
No, but it still was a nightmare.
No, that's great. I love her. She's perfect. I don't want to hear
it. I mean, I hate Negale's stump, but canceling Sismo feints was like, can I already play? Is it gonna ever be my turn?
Yeah, no, it's so funny because I played Street Fighter 4 last week too at the arcade against Just a Kid, and like they recorded my hands, and I have footage of me playing Nikali too. So when you watch my hands when I'm playing Viper, it's like this, like the canceling.
Yeah.
And then when you look at my hands with Nikali, it's.
See, I know. We know that.
And I was like, why did I do that? Why did I choose Nikali?
I still don't know, but you're really good with Nikali. I remember when the first days when you were playing him, I used to run on CFN with you, and I don't remember who else. I mean, Arleth was playing, was trying to play Vega, but he was frustrated as hell too with Vega on Street Fighter 5. So,
Yeah.
but I remember. Yeah. Here's another one.
Yeah, Ultra Street Fighter 4. The best times of my life. The golden era.
The
like
golden
I said
era.
before.
Yeah.
The golden era was.
What game do you
Street
think
Fighter
it's
4
better?
Marvel.
Which game do you think it's better?
Okay.
5 or 4?
Okay. I've actually talked about this many times. I actually think, because I think the arcade version, like 2012 of Street Fighter 4 was peak. I think of Street Fighter 5 right now is peak. Like the best version of Street Fighter 5. So, I hate to say it, but I do think this version of Street Fighter 5 is probably better than the last version of Street Fighter 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I agree on that.
Because Street Fighter 4 last version was Elena.
It was Elena version. Everyone, but well, Street Fighter 5 has something similar, and it was the next picture, so I will.
Luke. Yeah, so it's like, would you choose Luke or would you choose Elena? And to be honest, I think I would still choose Luke over Elena.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And like Luke, he's a stupid. Obviously, he's a cheap character, and he's obviously very broken and OP and whatever. But like the grand finals of Capcom Cup was ridiculous. I actually think that was like one of the best sets I've ever seen in Street Fighter, like 5 history. Obviously from the way that Mena played, but also the way that Zun played. I think Zun is one of the players with the best defense I've ever seen in my life. Because if you look at it, his button placements were so on point, and it's just, I feel like in Street Fighter 5 you don't really notice it, because in Street Fighter 5 the meta is to mash buttons, right? You're supposed to mash jab. You're supposed to mash out of these situations, but he blocked every time they try to frame trap him, and then he mashed every time they try to shimmy him. And I was like, how is he guessing right all the time? But obviously, it's not just straight guessing; it's an educated guess. So that's why I was like, Zun's defense is probably one of the best I've ever seen in my life. But obviously, Luke in the hands of Mena was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So he knew the matchup, and I'm just like, dude, you just picked up Luke. How do you know all these things specific to the Bison matchup? So it just goes to show how hard he trained for the event.
I agree on that. He trained really hard. Okay, the next picture. Here.
Third strike. That's funny. I have a story because I think last month I was working at an anime con, and there's an arcade section at the anime con, and there was a third strike machine. And I don't play third strike, but how much do you really need to know to play Chun-Li in third strike? Not much, right? But
you just let go the standing fears.
Exactly. That they jump
all the
back
way.
fierce. They're far away, standing fierce. Oh, I have meter, back fierce, fireball, super, low forward, super, anything into super, you know. So I was having a lot of fun. And then a guy came and he was playing Q, and he was actually whatever. I didn't think he was that good, but I didn't know like he would do empty jump and super. That's why I was like, oh my god, this guy is random. But I'm playing Chun, so I'm just like, fierce? Like, how do I punish this? I just do fierce, and that was it. And then he just kept doing dash punches, and I would block it, and I'm like, I don't know if I can punish this or not. So eventually, I lost to him, and I was like, this is when I tweeted. I said, someone please teach me how to play third strike right now, because I don't like losing to this. I want to know what I'm supposed to do in this situation. So if I played third strike, I would not play Chun. If I played third strike, everybody said I would actually be a Ken player, and I'm okay with that. I would play Ken in third strike.
Okay, you would think, and I imagine Justin being very happy about that.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I will never play him in third strike.
Before the next picture, Chuchuko has a question. Please tell us about your Street Fighter courses you have been teaching.
Okay.
Oh, you're a Meta-Fi?
No, it was I had a documentary that came out on Amazon Prime. So that's why I was in London, because it was like a red carpet premiere. And what was really cool is they set up a classroom for me. So I got to teach Street Fighter. And a lot of people, like, I took pictures, I had some clips. A lot of people were asking about it because I was teaching Street Fighter to people that literally don't know what Street Fighter is. So I can't talk about footsies. I can't talk about shimmies, frame traps. That's just way too advanced. It was, I made a presentation and everything. So I was like, these are the punches, light, medium, heavy. These are the kicks. This is your joystick. Like, that was my presentation. So a lot of people actually asked about it. I said I'd make a full like YouTube video on it because I still have the presentation. I just have to edit like the clips into it. I have to edit my voice over it. So I thought it was really cool because it was like 30 minutes of lecture, and then there was 45 minutes of them doing a single elimination tournament. So they had to play each other, the students, and then the winner of that got to play me.
Really?
And I got to, I walk around like a teacher with my hand behind my back, and I'm like, okay, so obviously everyone's just mashing because it's hard to learn a fighting game. So I just said, look, just choose Chun-Li and mash the kick. Just press the kick. And then, you get lightning legs. So literally third place played Chun. And then number 1 and 2, number 1 was a Street Fighter 4 player. So he kind of knew how to play Ryu. And then the second guy also played Ryu just for fun. And the second guy was like the most inquisitive student in my class. He was asking, I was talking about V trigger, V reversal, super, like just telling them what it is. And he would ask me, how do you do that? Why would you do that? So he was actually really interested. So he got second. It was really cool. But so obviously he lost to the first guy who's played Street Fighter 4 before. And then I played that guy. So it was a really cool class, really fun event. And yeah, so a lot of people started asking me about that video. Like, oh, what is that class? Can you show us the whole video? So eventually I'll post it on YouTube. I have to just edit the video together.
Okay. I saw that documentary on Amazon. It was very good. I needed a VPN.
It's called Mind Games.
Mind games.
Yeah.
The whole idea of the documentary is like because Asics is a running company. It's like the running shoe, Asics. So they did an experiment where they took 4 athletes. We're called mind. They call us mind athletes. So it's people that compete but not in a physical sport. So esports, they chose me. There was a chess player, makes sense. There's a Japanese mahjong player, like the mahjong, the Chinese game. And then the 4th guy is really cool. He's like, they literally call him a mind athlete. He memorizes stuff. So they have something called the Mind Olympics, and his sport is he's really good at memorizing things really, really fast. So he actually holds the Guinness World Record for memorizing a randomized deck of cards. 12 seconds.
12 seconds for a full deck?
For a full
Wow.
deck of shuffled 52 cards.
No way.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so he's like an older guy, so it's really cool. So basically, we were put in a training, like fitness program for about 9 weeks. That's almost like 3.5 months, 3 months. Is that right? Is my math right? Yeah, about that time. So
4 weeks per
so
month.
they would record our progress. So mine was like my first tournament was Combo Breaker, and they wanted to see how I would do at Evo. So for the other people, it was like smaller tournaments into a bigger tournament. So it's a really interesting documentary. I got to meet the cast. Like that was my first time meeting all of them in London, and everybody's really cool. And we're all competitors, right? So it's crazy because we don't compete in the same sport, but we all do the same thing. They were asking us like, "Oh, how do you practice? How do you practice?" And then like we all had basically the same way, same process of practicing. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's out on Amazon Prime if you guys want to check it out.
Okay. Si la gente quiere ver el documental que está hablando Sherry, se llama Mind Games y está en Amazon Prime. Amazon para que
Sí.
lo
Y no nos
lo
patrocinan, nada más para que quede
Downloading.
claro. Downloading, yeah.
chequen.
Torrent que diga, sorry. The next picture.
Chun-Li, basic. But I get it. Whatever, she represents Street Fighter. She's a legendary character. Can't take that away from her. She's very annoying to play against, even in Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5. You know, I had to play against Shiza all the time in Street Fighter 4. I guess she's cool. That's a cool art of her. She has a huge fan base, and I think
She's okay.
I think she's okay. You know, I feel like there might be some type of negative thing because when I first play and people don't know who I am, everybody assumes I play Chun-Li. I'm like, no, I do not play Chun-Li.
Okay, that's a curious stereotype about
Girls.
Asian stuff. Yeah, girls, right?
Yeah. They're like, oh,
No,
you're a
not
girl
true.
that plays Street Fighter. You play Chun-Li? No, I
Yeah.
don't play Chun-Li.
I play the Kali, so
Yeah, I play Nikali.
I play Zangief.
I would never.
Okay, this one.
Street Fighter Duel. I actually have absolutely no idea what the game is, but I know the entire soundtrack.
Okay,
really.
everyone who played Street Fighter 4 knows the entire soundtrack, no?
I mean, they just kept playing the commercial during Capcom Cup the whole time.
Yeah.
Ya va a
So,
salir, ¿no? ¿Es gacha? ¿Alguien sabe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No sé cómo va a salir, pero ya va a salir creo que en este mes, ¿no? En febrero, el 20 y tantos.
yeah, it's a
28.
gotcha game.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay.
You think it can
Time
help?
to fry.
Do you think it can help expand the brand to other players that do not play currently Street Fighter or any fighting game at all?
I mean, I think people that play mobile games to begin with will play it. I don't think it'll affect the FGC in any type of way. I think
Okay.
they're very separate. Like, obviously, some people will play it for fun. I don't see it having any sort of significant impact on the community. I hope it does well, though. I'm sure it'll do well. I think Capcom's listening to us.
Yeah, right now I can't assure you anything because ChatGPT has gave me some really weird answers about some stuff that some really obscure stuff I didn't know anyone was keeping a track of.
Mm-hmm.
Like I asked how many players were using Alex on Street Fighter 5 for the past 3 years, and it gave me a list of all the players,
Oh, that's crazy.
even on underground tournaments. That I mean, if you are like Defend the North, DreamHack, something like that, I get it. But it was like from tournaments like I didn't know they even exist. Like,
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
what? I don't know if it's cool or if it's scary, but but
I like technology, so I think it's cool.
I think it's cool, but at the same time it's scary because I do love technology. I myself I even work right now at designing chatbots
Es
Okay.
cierto.
using curiously dialogue flow, the ChatGPT. How do you say it? ¿Cómo dices competencia? Se me fue la palabra.
Competition?
Yeah, the ChatGPT competition, the alternative for ChatGPT on
Okay.
Google, using Dialogflow.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
amazing the results you can have on using AI on something like as basic as a chat, and you
Yeah.
can have really human responses on right now. It started.
Miedo.
It started. Yeah, it
Miedo.
started to become something scary. Okay, let me put this last one. This is the last one I have. It's previously for the final, but we have some
CPT results.
some CPT results, a few how do you say pin-up of the characters that were on the top.
Well, let me see. Well, that's not. Some of them are wrong, right? Yeah, because this is this. I think this was taken like in the middle of the tournament.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think the most surprising results were obviously VX Bao and Zun because they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like VX Bao wasn't even someone that people like had on their radar. They're like, who is it? Whatever. And same thing for Zun. Obviously, he was LCQ. So, and that wasn't an easy pool, Group G.
Yeah, it wasn't. Zun, I think for Zun, I don't think if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's Zun. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's pronounced like ZUN. Zun.
See, Julian. Yeah, Zun. I think Zun gave us a really a run for his money because from LCQ winning all the way to grand finals, it was amazing. I think the guy is like 18 years old. I was chatting with him just recently. I think I'm trying to get an interview with him too. It was like, sorry, but who are you? Were you fighting grand finals?
19-year-old guy. And what's crazy is that we were talking about it in in the crowd. He was actually 100% on command grabs until he played against IDOM. So until he was in top 3, he never dropped one command grab. No one jumped it. No one backdashed it. So that was really cool. Like, this is like a fun fact check, whatever. And just the fact that like he barely dropped any games. I think he didn't drop any games until like pretty late into top 16.
Yeah,
he's like undefeated. I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, even he took out even Kichipa, which was one of my favorites because he was playing this for me the best version of Alex he could play.
I mean, he played Alex very differently. I was watching him play Alex. I was like,
he was playing Zangief.
Well, he also played Alex in where was he playing Alex? Kichipa was in LCQ. Yeah, you're talking about the LCQ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played Alex mainly through it. He played Zangief sometimes because Zangief sucks. But yeah, he the way that he was playing Alex, like the fact that he was using slash, elbow, whatever, as chip damage, I was like, that's the chop. I was like, that's literally the only Alex that uses that as chip damage. Like everybody just does it just to do it, just to hit. But he like strategically placed it where he would just poke people down. And I
Yeah.
was like, Kichipa is a genius.
It was weird because he was using Alex Chop like if it was Zangief's standing medium.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like this. Yeah.
and it was his whole strategy was based on that. If they jump, he was ready for the anti-air because of the recovery frames of the light chop. Gives you time to buffer the EX knee, whatever. But he couldn't deal with Zen's Bison. The footsies of his Bisons against Alex and against Gif was really on point.
Yeah,
It was like
I was watching it and I was just like, I was like, people, I feel like before Zun played, I feel like people forgot about how stupid Bison was. Because Problem Mike stopped playing Bison too, right? Like, not a lot of people play Bison anymore. So when I was watching Zun play and he would do like down forward fierce to roundhouse, jab, down forward fierce, jab, down forward fierce. I was like, this is why Bison is so stupid. But like, you haven't seen that in a while. Obviously nobody played it at the level that Zun was playing at anymore with Bison.
yeah. People slept on Bison, I think. Right? I think we have a bonus picture here that they are asking me to put on display.
Oye,
I
Gama,
don't know.
antes de seguir, agradecemos a Justin Wong, nos acaba de dar un follow, un corazón para Justin Wong, que se tomó el...
Justin, let's go, Justin!
Let's
Hi,
go, Justin!
We're a big fan of his here also in Mexico. I mean, anyone who has seen Evo Moment 37 is so that. I love his content right now.
I actually have a question before we proceed. With all the money that's been destined towards Street Fighter 6, do you think that they're gonna, like in some way, make sure that everyone uses the same control? Or it would be like...
I don't think they can regulate it.
The pad and hitbox
It'd be nice.
thing?
It'd be nice if they banned hitboxes and smash boxes and micro boxes and all. But
and all those boxes.
All the boxes. Ban them all.
Maybe not ban them, but just make everyone use the same controller.
Yeah, the standard.
Yeah. Like if you want to play competitive, you should play this. And if you don't want to, that's okay, but you just cannot compete.
Yeah. I think there would be so much blowback from the community if they did that. Because the thing is, if they did that, it would be kind of like a bad look for the grassroots community, because prior to all these corporate sponsorships and all that, like all these big companies coming in, the main sponsorships came from like Arcade Shock, Paradise Arcade, like Sanwa Buttons, Mad Cats. It was all those are the only peripherals that we had, right? Like sticks and customizable buttons. So I feel like if they made a standard that kind of takes away from like the creativity that people could have with what they wanted, although it's very hard to regulate. So I understand why, if they would do that, if that was to happen, because I don't know if I should. There was a questionable thing. Do you remember at Final Round, Marvel, the Viper player? I don't know why his name always escapes me. He had those two buttons at the top to help Viper with flame kicks, or like directional inputs. Sorry. He had buttons for directional inputs when he was playing Viper and Marvel. And then F-Champ was like, hey, he's cheating. He has extra buttons on his stick. But then they ruled it, and they were just like, he just couldn't use that stick anymore. Full schedule. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So just like, I don't know, because our scene is in such a transitional phase from being grassroots to official esports. Like, I don't know. I think it could be a possibility. I think it could happen. I don't think it would be surprising if they were to do that. But I do know the community would be very unhappy if they went through with that.
I see. Yeah.
I think I agree on that. more so than more than ever, the company, well, Capcom and every other company making a fighting game right now, they are searching for ways to monetize because selling the game isn't reliable. Isn't enough anymore to actually monetize or gain from something. I mean, comparing it to other games, other franchises, and I can say something that comes from the top of my mind. World of Warcraft, that was a subscription service. League of Legends, that basically they monetize through sponsors and ads on their events. I think Capcom right now is searching for a way to monetize that. So banning something that could be a possible and a potential sponsor is not a, a good way for doing business right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For the picture here,
Yeah,
Fong.
thing. Fong. I mean, he's all right. He's like,
Fun is fun. Fun is fun.
I can
Fong
see
is
him
Fong.
being fun for the players that play him. When I play against him, I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, he's gonna ex little snake away cowardly, get out of here. You know, not much. You know, block a bunch of normals, be reversal him away. Yeah. I think he's okay. I don't think there's anything that cool about him. And all Fong is like to wake up super for some reason. If they have
Okay.
super, they're gonna wake up super. It just is what it is.
Well, it's not like he has many other options to wake up. I remember.
I mean, if you watch like Mono or Vega Patch, they actually didn't do one wake up super. So they were actually pretty good at having some self-restraint.
I was disappointed.
Hey, Vega Patch
Cherry,
was really good.
and you thought about Luke? What do you think about Luke?
I mean, Luke is dumb. But
Yeah.
yeah, Luke is dumb, and I think the only reason why people are tired of Luke is because he's everywhere now. Like everyone's playing him. But I think, like if you look at Third Strike, there were 3 characters that were really good, right? It was Yun, Ken, and Chun. I think if they did the same with Street Fighter V, he'd be fine. Like he wouldn't be looked at as bad as he is if there were like 2 other characters that were also S tier.
Yeah, I agree. It's a controversial opinion, right? No, because basically Luke is a Shoro, but because all the mechanics he has, all the tools he has at his disposal, another character that had already all the tools similar to him was Akuma, but he was nerfed to the ground on the last seasons. And they, after they nerf Akuma, they bring Luke, and it's like, what the hell, man? He's Akuma, more powerful version of Akuma than Akuma ever was. So what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, I think they did that just because he's supposed to be the future, right? He's supposed to be as they introduce him. This is the future of Street Fighter 6. This is Street Fighter 6. So I think it makes sense. You can't hype up Street Fighter 6 if they made Luke a B tier, A tier character. Like he had to have been S tier. There's no way.
Bob Luke.
Yeah.
I think he's the protagonist from Sphere 6, but I don't know. I was hoping they kept the trend of the giving the protagonist a low key profile like Alex, because I mean our guy has like how long did he wait? It was like 25 years for Alex to actually be a viable character to play with
in Third Strike.
In Third Strike and Street Fighter 5, because I mean the guy is trash in his game, and he's the protagonist of Street Fighter 3.
That's okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, because he's a protagonist of Street Fighter 6, he might be just B or C tier. You know, who knows? No one has played the game yet.
Pues nada, amiga, yo creo que igual y ya nos despedimos porque ya nos pasamos y no queremos desvelar nuestra idea, Sherry. Antes de despedirnos, no sé si mi querido Ed Grey, mi querido Gama, puedan traducirle porque mi inglés, como les dije hace ratito, ya me lo gasté. Nada más me sé hello y bye. Pero quiero agradecerle a Sherry y a ustedes que están aquí. Y yo creo que parte de este programa y parte de la nueva era de los juegos de pelea, es que necesitamos hacer precisamente esto, romper las barreras tanto de la comunicación como del aprendizaje. Y ahorita Sherry está aquí obviamente para darnos como que su punto de vista acerca de lo que podemos nosotros también mejorar como una comunidad. México, que fue exactamente lo que platicabas hace ratito, Ed Great, definitivamente yo creo que es perder el miedo también a tener invitadas como Sherry, a acercarse a ese tipo de personas que pueden también sumar a una causa tan noble como son los juegos de pelea, y definitivamente creo que es un importante logro para nosotros como comunidad, para nosotros como personas y para nosotros como jugadores. Totalmente agradecido con Sherry por haber aceptado la invitación. No sé si quieran traducir todo lo que acabo de decir, güey.
Te aventaste una Biblia, hermano, ahí.
Y a mí ya se
Pero
me olvidó,
dale,
la
por
verdad.
favor. Sí, yo me quedé
Pues
en la
entonces
primera
digan
Ah,
parte, güey.
bueno, basically, he is just really thankful for your time and all your insight and all the effort that you've been putting into the FGC and everything you are doing. And of course, taking a few minutes to come with us and talk to our community. So we just basically really, really appreciate it.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys having me on the show. You guys reaching out. It's always fun to meet new people and talk, just kind of bullshit around.
Thank you. I have to say something before we end up the stream. Sherry, if you ever come to Mexico, I think I'm Mexico City. Shizu is
¿Desde
from Monterrey.
México? Yikes.
Yo. 8. I don't know.
Okay. Soy de
But
Argentina.
if you he's from Argentina, right? No, if you ever come here, need anything from someone picking you at the airport, from you and your staff, or anyone close to you that is here or is getting here, is coming here, pardon. Sorry. Please let us know. I will send you an inbox on Twitter too, so you can know who the hell I am on Twitter. It's not that random guy on Twitter tweeting me up.
Mhm.
So anything we can do for you if you come here, just say the word. We are there. We love trying to support foreigners when they come here to our country. But well, try to help in any way we can.
No, I appreciate
Thank
it. I always get a lot of love every single time I come to Mexico, so I always try to go to Thunderstruck. So possibly see all of you guys there.
This year again.
Isn't October? Is it still in October?
It's still in October, yeah, right? No,
We don't have the date.
Okay.
no. Oh,
Already no. But
okay.
maybe soon.
We will keep you posted.
Yeah, keep me posted.
Maybe October or September. We don't
Okay.
know. Bueno, we don't know yet.
It'll be Street Fighter 6.
Okay. Me quedo con las palabras con Sherry antes de despedirnos.
Yo ya, muchas gracias a todos los que estuvieron aquí, son los campeones del universo. Ya saben, los quiero mucho, son los mejores. Let's go, Justin.
Sherry, thanks a lot to be here. Really, it's a honor having you here in this humble show. And we hope it's not the last time we see you. I don't know. My English is so very bad, so sorry for that.
No, your English is great. Much better than my Spanish.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Señores, pues esto fue Consolas. Agradecemos a todos ustedes los que nos siguieron, a Justin Wong que nos siguió. La verdad es un gran honor tener a un pilar de los juegos de pelea, un histórico de esta escena, habernos seguido, y la verdad apreciamos mucho. Y de verdad, señores, si ustedes lo quieren y ustedes lo creen, lo pueden lograr. De verdad, agradecemos todo el apoyo en estos casos.
Solo tienes que confiar.
Todo
mí.
tienes que confiar, así es. Sigan
You
a
only
todos los...
ha-
Oh,
You only have to
Adelante,
wake
adelante.
up DP.
yeah. Just trust in your wake up DP, okay?
Yeah.
That's great advice. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Nada, amigamos.
just saying goodbye. Sherry, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Jerry,
It means a
thanks.
lot.
Thanks a lot.
Keep
Yeah.
the attitude.
Thank you guys for having me.
Señores,
Thank you.
esto fue todo entre Cheves y Consolas. Nos vemos hasta el próximo jueves en otro episodio más de Entre Cheves y Consolas. Adiósito.
See you.
Sherry.
Thank you. Do take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.